Hey gamers, Maniac here with Pikachu. Doing a quick little review of something that I got off of Club Nintendo. And I'm going to unbox it for you guys in just a second. And what we're going to be reviewing is something that is available on Club Nintendo, has been available probably since I've been a member of it. I finally, because I had to, I wanted it. I picked it up. And it is a Club Nintendo branded DS game travel case. What I'm about to open is the Nintendo DS game cart case, which is not purchasable, but it's redeemable on Club Nintendo or club.nintendo.com for the United States. It is only available in the United States and Canada, I believe, possibly Mexico as well. International users, people in Europe and stuff like that, will have their own particular Nintendo clubs and stuff like that. The whole idea behind it is that Nintendo wants to reward customers that purchase their games and purchase their game systems. And like with many companies, they sent they have all this kind of stuff. Thank you, Princess. Now, when I first saw the Club Nintendo site, I did not have a DS or a 3DS at that point. I only kept a Wii, and I was kind of disappointed by the lack of Wii stuff that was up on the site. I think the only Wii peripheral that they had at the time when Club Nintendo first really started out was a Wii carrying case. I'm sorry, a Wiimote carrying case. It wasn't even, well, it wasn't, well, like, not like a carrying case, but more like a, oh, what do you call it, like a Wiimote holder kind of thing where you could put your Wiimotes so you can have them upright. Most of the other stuff that they had on the site was all DS-related stuff like this. I have also heard that Nintendo has also put up on their club a 3DS unit, and that's it. Those of you who want a closer look at it, here it is right here. Now, the reason why I wanted one of these is because I've got myself one heck of a DS and 3DS game collection right now. And as you can see here, while these games themselves may be easy to bring along with you, they're not very big. The game packs about the size of a standard SD memory card, maybe a little bit thicker. As you can see here, it is a pain to bring boxes this big, or heck, even a couple of boxes this big alone. And trust me, I do not want to take the game packs by themselves and have them dangling around loose. I'm worried I'm going to wreck them or destroy them. So when I saw something like this was available, I wanted to pick it up. Now, take a good look at this. It's got a cardboard glossy packaging to it. See if you can see this. What do you think, Pikachu? So it's got a nice hard cardboard with a glossy protection, kind of like how a book, you know, I've seen some books have this. And on the inside, in some pretty decent padding, it comes with the styluses and 9 slots for games. However, it does have a bit of Achilles heel. This might have something to do with its manufacturing process, when it was made. There's a couple of reasons why this might be the case. But if you take a look at it, and by the way, Nintendo, this is available on Club Nintendo still. You can easily get this. In fact, actually, there's a similar one that's also released, and the only difference is that it's Animal Crossing themed. As you can see here, the problem with it is that the case is perfect for regular plain old normal normal DS games. But if I take a 3DS game, hold that, Pikachu. It just doesn't fit right. I could probably try to force it, but I really don't want to. As you can see here, there's a little tab in place on the holes, if you can see it, that this little tab here on the end, which breaks compatibility between DS and 3DS games, that's intentional. It won't affect 3DS players, but it does break compatibility with regular DS game consoles, so you won't be fitting this into a DS slot, just a 3DS slot. That's right there where the problem is. There's no mention specifically on Club Nintendo that it is not compatible with 3DS games, although it does say this is a DS game. It does specifically say, however, that these styluses are not compatible with styluses with any of the DS systems. This is what a normal 3DS XL stylus looks like. As you can see, stylus is shaped very similarly, but I believe that the 3DS XL stylus is longer from the looks of it. This is one of the styluses that's included. I don't know exactly. I think this was probably modeled off a DS Lite, but this is one of the styluses that's included. And as you can see here, the 3DS XL stylus is much longer. These are the styluses that are included. Is it worth the purchase? Well, it is actually worth the money if one of two things. One, you're a collector. Or two, you only have DS games. Or you only want to take DS games with you. These will not fit 3DS games. And that's why I'm kind of disappointed that Nintendo hasn't outmoded these in exchange for something else that they have sold, but don't seem to ever have on their Club Nintendo catalog because they're constantly being sold out. They actually offered, for about 250 points on their website, a really nice 12-pack travel case for 3DS games. However, I don't think those were up on the site for longer than a blink or two before they were either marked sold out or anything. I just don't know. Those seem to go pretty quickly. So my advice to some of you guys who have 3DSs and have 3DS games is to wait. Don't buy this unless you're a die-hard collector or don't intend to upgrade to a 3DS or just have so many DS games anyway that it doesn't matter and you want some extra styluses. This is 600 points. It's just not worth that, especially given the fact of it can't hold 3DS games. So, and Nintendo has released, and although it is sold out on their site, has already released something that will. It's just sold out. So, just wanted to give some advice there for it. Those of you who might be interested in maybe something else off of, maybe a 3DS user might be interested in something else off of Club Nintendo. I picked this up a while ago. I think I've already done a video about it. But this is a 3DS pouch, a reversible pouch that I got. It comes in blue. It can also come in red. This doesn't list that it's compatible with a 3DS XL, but as you can see here, it's perfectly fine. It fits a 3DS XL just fine. It also will hold a 3DS as well as a couple of model DSs like DSi or DS Lite or something. I like the little Mario logo on it. Little Mario Stitch Nintendo logo. This is a pretty decent, if you don't have yourself a DS traveling case or something like that, this is kind of nice. It's soft. It's not as good as some of the harder cases to bring around in, but for those of you who just want dust protection and things like that, it is more than useful. Hopefully Nintendo will re-release the 12 3DS game cart, which does not include styluses, but is pointed a lot less. So until next time, guys, this is Maniac and Pikachu. Over and out.